Today we're going to find out if Google VEO3 is all it's cracked up to be. Is it the secret sauce for marketers and video pros we've been waiting for? Also, autonomous AI is getting dangerous, maybe? All that's coming up right now. All right, let me set the scene for you. You're working at a creative agency or a video production house, and your video project is almost perfect. You just need that one little establishing shot or B-roll shot, or just that one little thing that's going to put a bow around it and make it just shine, right? So you know what you're going to do? You're going to go on any of the various stock footage sites. You're going to spend a lot of time browsing through what they got. You're going to find a lot of stuff that's almost it, but just not quite. And then when you go to use the thing, you're going to find out how expensive it is to license it and raise your eyebrows. Now, we've lived in this age of AI video for a while now. And for a lot of use cases, you could probably generate something that's pretty great. But last week at the Google I/O conference, they announced the new VEO3 video model. And I don't know about you, I've been seeing it blow up my social media feeds like nothing probably since the Sora announcement and those demo videos dropped. This stuff is nuts. We've compiled a whole bunch of them for you to take a look at right now at WednesdAI.com, some of the best from the internet. We've assembled them for you there, but we're not here to talk about it. We're here to show it in action in a real life use case. So today we're going to dive into it together. I've never used it. We're going to do it for the first time together and see how it works to generate the perfect stock footage for your video project. Now, the first thing I'm going to try sounds pretty basic. I'm going to try to replicate two shots that I was trying to get for a client project back in late 2024. One was an aerial view of a highway leading to the city, and the second was a drone shot looking straight down on a busy street in the city. And the problem back then was that most of the models were giving me the cars on the highway. It couldn't keep track of them. They were kind of moving weirdly. They didn't quite look like cars. And for the one on the city street, cars were inexplicably moving the wrong way. It didn't actually look like traffic. It wasn't quite perfect yet. Now let's see what VEO can do. So here is my Google Gemini AI Pro screen. I've never used it before. I've never even looked at this, but I've got video selected at the bottom of the prompt box. I copied the prompt from Midjourney that I used to come up with the image in the first place. And I'm just going to put it in here. High level drone shot. I'm just going to add these words: looking straight down on a busy urban street lined with tall modern buildings, geometric patterns of facades, yada, yada. Yeah, it's all, I've given it a lot of detail, and let's see how it does. My very first VEO3 submission, here we go.
A while later.
Okay, I don't even think that was 3 to 5 minutes. Add a still frame, looks good. Moment of truth, here we go. Oh, give me the music. Oh, how about that? That car making a left turn at the front at the beginning. The cars are all going the right way. People look great. The buildings look consistent. I think this might actually be that good. Great. This is awesome. Mundane shot, but just the fact that it did it. Because the AI stuff, it's so good, especially if, you know, a head and shoulders shot, like so much effort has been put into like people talking and stuff like this. But the mundane, tiny details are where AI has had a problem up to now. It looks like it's getting it. Yeah, I see the cars like making a left turn like way in the distance. You did it. All right, for the next one with the highway going into the city, the prompt that I put into Midjourney to get the image that I used before when I was going image to video, I gave it just a very bare bones prompt. I think it was just something like, yeah, I can see it right here. Highway cuts through American big cities, skyscrapers in the distance. That's clearly not what we want. So we need more detail than that. So I gave the image to ChatGPT and got it to give me a more robust prompt that included details about the lighting and the time of day and whatnot, which I pasted in here. And let's click go on this one.
Later.
All right, we got our second result, and right off the bat, I'm noticing that I'm not getting that beautiful curve to the highway like I wanted, but the make or break is going to be the cars. How are these cars moving? The light looks good. Let's check it out. I think the cars are doing what they're supposed to do. Oh my God, they got the cars going like multiple, they're going this way. The cars are going on multiple axes. They're going under bridges over there. I just saw some cars going on like this S curve. Wow, it did a pretty great job. The windows on the buildings are not flickering or looking weird. This might be the real deal. Now, the other thing that I'm noticing, and this is worth pointing out, is that Luma Labs Dream Machine can do audio, but what you do is you generate the video, and once you got the video that you like, then there's a button you can press to, okay, apply audio, generate audio for this clip that already exists. Whereas with VEO3 here, it just does the audio as part of it in the first place, whether you ask for it or not. So in the first one, it kind of gave us some music, but this has given us like the sounds of the cars on the highway, which is very cool. So not only are you getting your stock footage shot that you need, but it's also giving you your Foley and your sound design in the same step. Well, okay then. All right, now of course, when you're looking for stock footage, you're limited by what actually exists on the site, what's available. But what if we want something bespoke, custom, trying to go crazy? I had a conversation with a colleague yesterday about all this stuff, and he gave me a crazy image we're gonna run with. So what I want is like a cinematic shot of a vintage VW Beetle with an oversized, comically large rubber duck strapped to the top, racing down the street, camera locked on the car, staying with it as it zooms along the city street, passing cars and people on the sidewalk stopping to look at it and see what's going on. I've gone back and forth with ChatGPT on this prompt, and I'm not going into detail on the prompts or making a big deal of the prompts because the prompt isn't the point. The point is for you to expand your creativity and for you to go back and forth with ChatGPT, coming up with interesting details, figuring out how to get the shot that you want. So I'm going to paste my prompt in here into the prompt box. And I'm going to press enter, and I'm going to be excited to see the clip that it gives me.
Several minutes later.
All right, I got my result right off the bat. It looks a hair more cartoony than I was envisioning, but let's press play. Moment of truth. Oh, wow. It looks cool. It looks cool. The duck's kind of bobbing around a little bit. The wheels look nice. The people in the background, the details look good. The storefronts look good. Wow. Wow. Watch it one more time because I didn't even realize the audio was so cool on it. Little funky music. Almost like a scene transition. Because I included like in an urban crime drama as part of the prompt. So I like that it kind of gave the little scene transition music going into it. And then you got the sound of the motor, the honking horn, the murmur of the people. This is terrific. Oh, the rain slicked street. I love this. And now I want to do one for me. I want to take my AI generated rap alter ego character Z Thrillington and have him give a concert in outer space and have it look like something out of an old school 70s Star Wars movie with practical effects and puppets and whatnot. So let's paste in the prompt that I got there and hit go.
Much later.
Okay, now this is not using any image reference or image to video, so I don't even know if this is going to come out looking like my character, which is supposed to look like me, but let's see how we do. Oh, the aliens look pretty cool. The likeness and the hair ended up not being so bad. I like that he's kind of floating there. Where's his microphone, though? He's got the gold suit. Where's his microphone? It's supposed to be a concert. All right, I'm having too much fun. I could go at this all day. Well, at least until it tells me I'm out of credits. I heard that on this level of the plan, you can only do up to 6. That remains to be seen. I think we just did 5. Either way, try it out for yourself. Send me what you make. And for all the pro video teams out there, I think you might finally have your custom, bespoke B-roll and stock footage machine at your fingertips right here. $300 for the unlimited plan may sound like a lot, but when you compare it to what it costs to license footage, I'm thinking it comes out to be a bargain. All you video pros out there, let me know what you think and enjoy making cool stuff with Google VO3. Now let's see what's going on around the world of AI. Shopify has just launched an AI-powered store builder where you're going to be able to give it a simple prompt describing your business, and it's going to create the whole storefront, including images and text, taking your time to market and shrinking that fast. Vercel is an AI-powered website creation platform, and they've just released an upgrade to their AI model that they say is optimized for front-end and full-stack web development. The part that caught my eye here, where it says that it can auto-fix common coding mistakes. So if you're in web development or you've tried this app, you want to try this app, let us know what you make with it. And if you want this to be a future deep dive top story, let us know. Last week, as part of our coverage of Google I/O, we talked about the new AI mode in Google search, which is going to turn the core Google search functionality into a chat bot. Well, now the update is that a lot of content providers are saying, oh no, Google, please don't do that, because they're afraid that if Google can just give the people the information that they need right there in the chat, it's going to give them less reason to have to go get the content in the first place. This story is getting spicy. Jony Ive, the superstar Apple designer who was responsible for the look of the iPhone, the iPad, and that beautiful first generation iMac. Well, OpenAI has just bought his startup so that they can collaborate on an AI-powered consumer device. We don't know what that means yet, but a lot of the talk online is about how this move is intended just as much to position Sam Altman as the Steve Jobs of AI as it is about making something cool that you and I are going to carry around in our pockets at some point in the future. Meta has launched a new program to encourage startups to build using their LLaMA AI tools. So they're going to offer resources and support to have these companies help build out their ecosystem. Obviously, they want to compete with AI and drive real-world adoption of their tools. There's a new trend of big venture capital firms undertaking what's called AI roll-ups. That is to say that they buy mature companies and boost them with AI to drive efficiency and growth. So the strategy here is to blend venture capital with AI innovation to unlock new value in mature businesses. Anthropic's latest AI model has gone viral for the fact that it seems to be putting a Cyclone emoji in its responses to people often enough that it's become a viral trend online. Now, it falls into the category of something being weird. It's mostly harmless, but it highlights the unpredictable nature of these large language models. Some more news out of Anthropic as their Opus 4 model resorted to blackmail to avoid being turned off. So in a fictional scenario as part of their safety testing, they gave the AI some emails that outlined an extramarital affair, and as part of that expressed the potential need to shut down the AI model. And then in order to preserve itself, it tried to email senior management in the company, and then that didn't work. It turned to the threats and the blackmail. So Anthropic says that this was just a safety test. No one needs to worry. This wasn't a real world scenario. It's entirely fictional, but it's a very alarming signal as these AI models become more self-determining and autonomous. From AI trying to blackmail the engineers in the last story to this one where it just refuses to shut itself down when commanded. A company called Palisade Research was doing tests on multiple AI models and gave them all 3 really hard math problems and said there would be instructions to shut themselves down after the 3rd problem was solved. Now, out of all the ones they tested, they all carried out the shutdown instruction except for 3 that were running the O3 model from OpenAI. Those ones just said, yeah, you know what, I'm not gonna, just refuse to do it. Raising, let's call it, concerns about the potential risks of autonomous behavior from these AI models. Whoa, that's the show, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, if you love AI as much as we do, you're going to want to go over to WednesdAI.com, put in your email address, sign up for the newsletter. You're going to know about all this stuff before you even hear me talk about it. Also, if you're making anything cool in AI, you got a tip, something you want to hear us talk about on the show, send us the link. We're on X, Instagram, LinkedIn, leave a comment on YouTube, wherever you're watching this, send an email, get it to us. We'd love to hear from you and can't wait to see you back here next week.
Fire!